Raunak is the one looking away after h6. He spent a bit of time. Big question now is whether he actually...
Viswanathan, the All-Indian clash, and for Raunak this must be a very special day to be playing a classical games against someone who I'm sure must be his main chess hero.
For sure, and talking of main chess heroes, I think he's a lot of players' heroes, Viswanathan, and he's actually gained 5 minutes from the start of this game, showing how deeply prepared he is. I'm sure he really enjoys playing his younger counterparts, his countryman Vishy, because there's a lot of pressure on him. They're all out to get him, all gunning for victory, taking down the king, of course, if they want to become the king themselves.
The tiger.
The tiger of Madras. And let's backtrack to the beginning, because we've had 14 moves here, Fiona, and it's the Spanish, not just the Spanish, but the open variation signaled by black punching on the e4 pawn, and still well-known stuff. White tries to open the centre while black is behind in development. Black shuts things down now by giving the pawn back with g5, still mainline theory, and now pawn to c3 has really come into fashion lately. Knight bt2 used to be played by everyone, and actually Vishy had that variation earlier in the tournament against Supermanly himself, Suleimanli, Azerbaijan player, and that resulted in a very painless draw. So here we see more theory, and black striking in the centre with d4. And after a bunch of exchanges, white sacrifices the pawn actually temporarily to hit this knight, and black defends. The evaluation bar says it's quite significantly in white's favour. Of course, Vishy would have looked with stronger engines than we have here, and I have seen this position myself. I'm trying to remember, it was on the Champions Chess Tour, and there's just a bunch of theory here. I'm not an expert here.
I was going to look it up, then I remembered about the 15-minute delay, so maybe later on I'll take a look and we can tell everyone. Now it is Raunak to move. He had given up that pawn temporarily. Is that a pawn you want to recapture on c3?
Yeah, it makes sense to just take this pawn back, but I don't think this would necessarily refute black's opening. I'm assuming black will get the rook out of this pin. It feels really uncomfortable on this diagonal, so a move like rook to d8 would make a lot of sense. Just to mention, if the queens ever come off, then black should be pretty content here. Black will take back the position to defend the knight, and white actually has a slightly inferior pawn structure, isolated pawn, and pawn that's been separated from the rest of its army, slight target on e5s, and I think all of those factors balance out black's slower development here, so this would be very much equal. I do vaguely remember a few, I was going to say queen c2 and bishop g5 being the moves that I'm aware of there, both leaving a pawn on breeze, and here I think, pawn takes pawn on b2 would probably be met by some tactics. I'm not seeing them at the moment. I guess
it looks very dangerous to the naked eye.
It looks extremely dangerous, but how do you take advantage of 2 pawns down, and black has a pawn on b2? I wonder whether you can get away with sacrificing this rook. I'm not sure whether you can. I really want to play a move like queen to c2, but I don't think it's possible. Let's say queen takes queen. Evaluation bar reacts. Black will recapture. And maybe just the fact that we can't unfortunately use the c file due to this pawn on b2 saves black's position.
Let's see if we can sacrifice the rook. They're not our pieces after all.
Not our pieces, no. Rook down. Why did we even consider this, Fiona? This is my bad. I thought.
You tempted me. Maybe bishop c4 is a problem here, shutting down the c5.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all these pieces just about clinging onto each other and saving the day. Therefore, it must be just moving the rook out of the way. Wow. Just calmly giving up 2 pawns. Why not? And I know Raunak was very motivated to take down Anand here. It feels like he's done some deep preparation, and I think how quickly Anand reacts will be a big telltale sign as to the future fate of this game.
Yeah, this game is shaping up very sharply. Very curious to see what is going to happen here. We'll leave Vishy to it. I think if we don't see a move in the relatively near future, that is very good news for Raunak Sadhwani.
But of course we do see him with Vishy Anand, despite the fact he's slightly less active these days, despite the fact he's busy being vice president of FIDE and mentor to this golden generation, he's still one of the best prepared players on the scene. no surprises here. We did mention it was a very balanced endgame, just to show how the players managed to make that draw. It was all the way back here that we left it. Benjamin was saying maybe some chances for White in the opening, but in the end, Anand just too well prepared, too solid, too strong, and no way through for White. The White King was coming here. I think Anand found a really nice way to clinch the draw just before the White King comes too far. First he played King D6, forced the White Bishop in, attacking his pawn. The pawn was defended, and suddenly no real tempting escape squares for this White Bishop. It was the eternal chase. The King hit the Bishop, continued to chase it, and the players repeated moves. I think a fair result, and a good result actually for both teams. Anand with Black holding on, team strategy clearly from the chess, and for Orange still holding in a board where they were outrated. So yeah, that only adds to the
intrigue. David, before we move on to another match, where do you think in this one, the top clash, where do you think, if we get any decisive results, where will they come from?
It's so tough to call. I actually really like Pranam's position against Van Forest. It does feel like Jordan was a bit impatient, and Jordan has been thinking ever since we left that game about 10-15 minutes ago